We're solving problems from the College Board's online practice test. We're on section number 2, problem 1. So grab your copy so you can follow along as we go through the problems. Problem 1 reads, when 70,000 is written as 7.0 times 10 to the nth power, what is the value of n? Alright, so we've written down our equation here on the whiteboard, and we want to know what n is, and n is the exponent right here. This is a really simple scientific notation problem. If you forgot what scientific notation is, it's basically a way to write any number but to make it shorter. So here, 70,000, which is a large number, is written as a much smaller number. It's written as 7. And then here there's a multiplication by 10 to an exponent that tells you how to get from 7 to 70,000. So scientific notation is always set up this way. It's always one number, and this number here has one digit in the tens place. So where the 7 is, that number is never going to go higher than 9, and it's never going to go lower than 1. There's always going to be one number there where the 7 is. And then that's going to be followed by the decimal point. And then there could be a series of numbers following the decimal, or it can just be 0 as in this case. However, it's always going to be multiplied by 10, and 10 is always going to have an exponent. Alright, so what the 10 is telling you is that you have to move the decimal place. That's it. Because if you think about it, if you have 70 and you divide by 10, you just have to move the decimal place once and you'll get to 7. If you have 70 and you multiply by 10, you just have to move the decimal place once and you get to 700. So 10 means move the decimal place. Now the exponent means how many times to move the decimal place, right? So we know we have to move the decimal place. The exponent tells us how many times. So in this case, let's see how many times we have to move the decimal place to get from 7 to 70,000. Alright, so I'm going to show you here where our 70,000 is. Let's pretend that the decimal place is here, and it's just 7.0000. Okay, and let's count how many times that decimal place moves. So it moves 1, 2, 3, 4 times, right, to get all the way over here. So that means our decimal place moved 4 times, so the exponent, or n in this case, has to equal 4. It's as simple as that, okay? So check your answer choices and you'll see that 4 is one of the choices. And they made it pretty easy for you here because they gave you 4, but they didn't give you -4 as an option. What if they gave you -4? How do you know if it's 4 or -4? Very simple. A positive exponent that's here with a 10, so in this case when n is positive, you're making the number bigger, right? Plus sign, bigger number. If the exponent is negative, you're making the number smaller, so minus sign equals smaller. So let's say that we're not sure if it's 4 or -4. We're going to start with our number, 7. Okay, and we're going to remember that 4, positive 4, is going to make our number bigger. So we're going to move the decimal to the right 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and that's going to give you 70,000. And we made our number bigger. We went from 7, which is little, to 70,000, which is bigger. Okay, so let's say we had 7 and we wanted to try -4. We know we want to make our number smaller for -4, so we're going to move the decimal to the left. And that leaves us with 0.0007. We made our number smaller, so that can't be the answer. The correct answer is 70,000, and that is 7 times 10 to the 4th power. Okay, so the correct answer is answer D, n equals 4.